Sophisticated.
Sophisticated system for sending, scrambling.
Sophisticated space vehicle man has ever made.
The more sophisticated.
The most sophisticated fighting machines.
That mask of confidence and sophistication.
Maybe he's too sophisticated.
Supposedly they're quite sophisticated.
Why the remedial mask?
The truth is, it puts on an act.
Urbane, sophisticated.
Because he's not a girly boy, is he?
Quite the contrary. This is a very sophisticated job.
Now, some folks favor more sophisticated snacks.
Who aren't as fancy as Mr. Thomas Mann or your friend, the human.
Films were urbane, sophisticated, suave.
What about it? It's a SAT scrambler terminal. Sophisticated system for sending, scrambling, receiving, and unscrambling satellite messages.
Comfortable skin covers the toughest, meanest, most sophisticated space vehicle man has ever made.
Okay, Air Force Colonel Davis.
A new identification measure taken up by the more sophisticated hospitals.
We know what IR scanning is.
The most sophisticated fighting machines, built for a war with America that never...
Maybe when he goes in public, he can wear that mask of confidence and sophistication. But back when he's alone, late at night...
Are you the guy that writes that horror crap?
Maybe he's too sophisticated for you. Keɪ.t happens to be this century.
He's as early as 1000 AD. Supposedly they're quite sophisticated.
If the source of the signal is so sophisticated, why the remedial mask?
Exactly. Why don't they just speak English?
No. Oh, no, it isn't.
The truth is, it puts on an act of sophistication, but at heart.
How'd he strike you?
Urbane, sophisticated.
Yeah, he's a good catch.
Something more sophisticated. More sophisticated, yeah. Because he's not a girly boy, is he? Do you know what I mean? He's more a boy's boy.
Good job.
Quite the contrary. This is a very sophisticated job. I'd say it's a clocksmith.
Ever since I was a kid. Now, some folks favor more sophisticated snacks, nougat center, and all that.
And thanks to the common people who aren't as fancy as Mr. Thomas Mann or your friend, the humanistic
They're
person.
making us accomplices of a...
Scientists came along. Using sophisticated techniques, they extract the preserved...
Fine weather we're having, isn't it? Dave, y'all some sophisticated. Dave, would you quit bothering every girl?
Abandoned this planet long ago. They left behind sophisticated mining equipment and a drone workforce.
And you can talk about the Bauhaus movement and Braun and simplicity of sophistication and Izzy Miyake uniforms and
The secret and hide it from civilization until man could develop a science sophisticated enough to prove what Christ was saying.
The burst transmitter, whatever the hell that is, except it's much, much more sophisticated. Of course, I'm going to send it down, but that's...
Sitting in really expensive chairs, watching the best, most sophisticated electronic equipment money can buy. Why do we feel...
The explosives used at both sites. Unfortunately, it appears that despite the heavy level of sophistication, these devices were homemade.
Saying Empire is still the best. It's the most complex, the most sophisticated. Wasn't afraid to have a dark ending.
Yeah, but come... Do you like it? But it's sophisticated.
It's French.
What is all this anyway?
Most of them are sophisticated gauges and instruments that will allow me to pinpoint